Hello, my name is Gus, but you can call me BATGUS, and we are back with our Batman, the animated series commentary. And today we're gonna go to the second part of the episode Two-Face, which was a two-parter, starting with part 1 that you can see in the channel as the last video I posted. Now it's time to talk about part 2. And as usual, I'm gonna do a countdown so we can watch it together. If you have your DVD box set or Blu-ray box set or your streaming service with Batman the Animated Series, we can watch Two-Face Part 2 right now. So let's do the countdown. 3, 2, 1, let's go. The Warner Bros. Logo is on the screen. And as I was saying in the previous episode, the Part 1, I'm not a huge fan of these two parts, this two-parter episode, because I'm not a huge fan of the Two-Face character. He's not one of my favorite villains of Batman. But it definitely is one episode that was important for this series because I think it brought the tone that the series was going to take in the future with some of these episodes that are more serious in tone and in the story. There is a very adult kind of plot that involves politics, criminality, corruption of the system, and all revolving around this character Two-Face. We are having now a previous in the Batman the Animated Series, showing what happened in the last episode, the whole accident that deformed Harvey Dent's face. And then we're gonna start right away with the character already established. And like I was saying, it's an important episode because it sets the tone of what some of the issues that this TV show is going to address, specifically regarding the whole criminality aspect. Now we have Harvey, now already established as Two-Face. He has two goons, which indicates that this episode takes place a little while after the first one, and he has these two goons that are kind of memorable goons because they are redheads with freckles, the twin guys, and this is very indicative of the character Two-Face, right? Having two goons that are twin brothers. There are many details in this episode that are all about the identity of Two-Face, because he's breaking into a betting house that belongs to Rupert Thorne's deals. And this betting house has a lot of money, and Two-Face robs the place and gets all the money that they have inside the place. One of his goons sees a diamond ring in the hands of a guy who owns the place, and he takes the ring of the guy. This is when Two-Face goes, jewelry was not part of the deal, so he flips the coin to decide if he's going to take that specific diamond ring or just the money. He flips the coin and he says to the goon to leave the diamond ring because it's not part of the deal, which makes the goon confused, but he slaps the guy and says the coin decided. So that's one of the characteristics, the main characteristics of the Two-Face character that are established right away. His decisions based on the flip of his coin. Then he leaves the place, but fires his gun all around just to leave a message to Rupert Thorne. Then we see Rupert Thorne with his goons in his hideout, telling everybody that he's going to put a reward of $2 million for the head of Two-Face. And anyway, then we have this nightmare scene similar to the one in the first episode, and we can we have Harvey running away again from something. This time Batman is in the nightmare as well. Batman is trying to extend a hand to help him, but Harvey says that it is all Batman's fault. He blames Batman for what happened. His face turns into the one separated with the deformed half. Then he falls from a bridge that he is on top of. And we soon see that this is... Oh, by the way, there is a very important detail. When Harvey falls, Batman looks down on the precipice and see his own parents saying, "You couldn't save us, son. You didn't save us, right?" Also blaming him for their deaths. And we realize that this is a Bruce nightmare. He is dreaming about this whole scene, which tells us that Bruce Wayne carries a lot of guilt for everything that happened, not only with his parents, but now with his best friend. And he is in the Batcave studying some books of multiple personalities, and he wonders, what are you dreaming tonight, Harvey? Good dreams or bad dreams? Or maybe the both? Very poetic and dramatic, right? Very deep. Then we have a scene with Harvey Dent's bride. She receives a visit from the cops that are actually not real cops. One of the cops is the woman, the femme fatale that works for Rupert Thorne, and the other cop is one of his goons, and they're convincing her that when Harvey appears, because eventually he's gonna have to talk to her and call her back, they give her a device to call them straight away, right? Which is a trap, because they are waiting for Harvey to show up and talk to his bride, his lovely bride. And when that happens, if she calls them, they will get him immediately. So it's all a trap to get Harvey. Then we have a scene with Harvey in his hideout with his goons. They are counting the money. And he treats them very badly, because one of his goons tried to touch the money that he's counting, and he basically abuses the guy, saying, "Don't touch that, you vagabond." And during this, he picks up his wallet, opens it, and see a photo of Grace, his bride. And that will eventually make him think about going visit her. So we see that even though he's settled for this criminal life, he's also conflicted about his good side. Then he flips a coin to see if he's going to visit her, but the coin falls in the negative side, and he decides not to do it. He wants to continue his war against Rupert Thorne. Then we go to the Batcave. Batman is in his Batcomputer as usual, realizing that the robberies of that Two-Face executed are all in institutions that have the number 2 or the name with the number 2 involved, like the name of a place, Double or Nothing, something like that. And so he is attacking places that has a relation to his own personality, which is, again, a little dumb, in my opinion. Why would he do that? Or why would every institution that, like the batting house or something like that, why would these places have names with 2? It's a big coincidence, right? And Harvey is attacking them just for that. It's just not... it's useless for the story, in my opinion. But anyway. So Batman gets his bat bike, which is the first time in this show that he does that. And we get this very awesome scene that he rides the bike out of the Batcave and rides it towards the desert, or the desert road after the Batcave, with his helmet, which is very awesome too. Makes him look almost like RoboCop, a little. And Harvey and Two-Face, is in a place. I forgot what place is this, but he's stealing some files of a secret place that has some information about Rupert Thorne. So he's going to do with Rupert Thorne exactly what he did to him. That is to reveal these files with all of Thorne's crimes to the media, to the press. This is when Batman arrives. They have these arguments. Batman tries to help Harvey, yet instead of just fighting him, he tries to talk some sense into the villain. He talks about grace. And he says to Harvey that she still loves him. He's trying to reach the man's heart instead of just fighting a villain, right? Then we have the goons diverge Batman's attention, and Harvey attacks him. So it is an interesting episode because we have Batman not fighting a villain physically, but more trying to solve the problem in the psychological way, right? He's trying to use his compassion to help the man. But Harvey, which is also a weird scene for me, while Batman's trying to stop Harvey from running away, he caught his arm and Harvey kicked him. Batman fell. Batman was pushed away by the kick and fell into this cart full of cleaning products, and he got really injured for something that superficial. Because in the rest of the episode, we're gonna see Batman grunting every time he does some kind of movement because he is in pain on his ribs. And during this show, he suffered so many worst injuries that it's a little funny that he gets injured from this stupid movement. I don't know. Anyway, then we have Harvey. He escaped, but Batman, during this little fight that they had, he was able to rip the pocket of Harvey's suit, and he got this lightning matchbox that tells him the location where Harvey is gonna be, and his lightning lighting matchbox that belongs to the hideouts of the Two-Face. Then we have Rupert Thorne realizing that Harvey was able to steal the documents, the files with his crimes, and he's angry, tossing things around his office, saying that if the cops get their hands on that file, he will be obviously arrested. But then they receive a beeping sign on the device that they gave his bride, Grace, in case Two-Face was able to... if Two-Face called her, right? And he did. He couldn't wait anymore, and he called her, so she called them, thinking that she was calling the police. And we're gonna have this scene where Grace is going to visit Harvey. He agreed to meet her, but he's waiting in one of the clubs that has this the number 2 in the name. Again, very stupid, but anyway. And Harvey is waiting for her using a cloth over his deformed side of the face, so she doesn't see his deformed half. And they have this conversation, and he says a very interesting line here for her. He talks about chance. Everything in this world is decided by chance, which is a little similar to what Harvey Dent Two-Face says in The Dark Knight about how everything can be decided by a flip of a coin, because it's 50-50% chance for things going well, or the chance for things to go bad are 50-50 all the time. This is where they are about to kiss, and Rupert Thorne arrives at the place with his goons, and he says a very good line in my opinion. He says, "Finally we meet, face to face to face." So again, I like that whole line of chance, because it's very similar to the one of The Dark Knight. And I do believe that The Dark Knight, even though I don't think they will ever admit, The Dark Knight had a lot of inspiration in Batman, the animated series. A lot of elements they took right from here. Anyway, we see a very, very cool and awesome scene with Batman again in his Batbike, riding it in the streets of Gotham during the rain. So it is a rainy night here in the episode, and Batman is riding his bike in the rain, which is very cool. And he arrives at the club as well that the Two-Face is. Rupert Thorne demands the file from Two-Face, and he threatens to kill his brides. And Two-Face is going to give in and hand him the file, because he has no other choice. Funny thing about this episode, even though I'm complaining about Two-Face as a villain in this show, in this episode he's not that evil yet, right? He didn't commit any real crime except for stealing Rupert Thorne's betting houses. But that's not exactly a crime because these places are dirty, right? So he didn't commit any crime for himself, for his own good, right? He's just looking for revenge. So it's an interesting take on the character, at least in these episodes, because soon enough we're gonna have Harvey become a real villain in the show. Batman enters the scene, fights some goons. Again, he's hurt, he's injured for that very superficial strike and kick that Harvey gave him. Grace helps the fight. She fights the girl, the femme fatale, which is a good scene. Then Harvey... oh, by the way, very funny. During the fights, the lights of the place, the chandelier of the place fell onto Rupert Thorne, and for him being a fat guy, the chandelier trapped him. I mean, one of the goons shot the ceiling and the chandelier fell, so now he's trapped. And Harvey is going to shoot him. He gets the machine gun and is going to basically kill the guy. But he's going to flip a coin to decide if he's going to actually do it. This is where we have a very iconic scene in Batman Two-Face's relationship, both in movies and other medias, where Batman gets a box of coins and throws the box in the air and all the coins fly. And they confuse Two-Face because he flipped his coin right in the moment that all these coins were thrown into the air. So all of them got mixed. And when he can't find his own coin, he gets absolutely insane. And that breaks the heart of his bride because there's no solution for him in this moment. He just went insane. And we have a final scene where they are all taken under arrest, both the Rupert Thorne's gang and Two-Face. And Gordon asks Batman if do you think there's going to be some solution for Harvey in the future? He's gonna be able to go back to what he was. And Batman just says, well, I decide to hope, because where there's hope, there's a chance. And he gets the coin of Two-Face and throws it over a water fountain nearby. And this is it, guys. This is the end of the episode. Again, not one of my favorites, but it's a good origin story regardless for the character Two-Face. Thank you so much if you watched this video until the end. If you are liking this content of Batman the Animated Series commentaries, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like in this video. See you in the next Bat video, and bye-bye.